Hi, it's artist Tara Reed. Are you ready to make someone's birthday a little extra special with this two-sided cake topper? So no matter what side of the cake you're on, you will never have to see the stick that puts this in the cake. Also, cute little cupcake toppers. So whether you're using the Tiara Happy Birthday design or any of my other cake or cupcake toppers, the process is the same for all of my designs. So have a look and see how easy it is, and happy crafting. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make this Tiara Birthday Cake Topper with your Cricut. So you're going to open a new project and then click Upload. To save time, I have already uploaded the two files that I want. So I'm going to hold down the Shift key, select both of those, come down here and click Add to Canvas. When you add them to Canvas, they're both selected. You can see they're gray up here. So I'm just going to click outside of the area to deselect them both. Then I'm going to move the heart. I chose number 4. We're going to make a cake topper for a 4-year-old. So right now this file is almost 12 inches wide, which would be really big, and I'm not going to have quite that big of a cake, and I want to use a glitter paper that is 8.5 by 11. So I need to make this smaller. So I'm going to drag this until it's about 7.6 inches wide. Now I'm going to take the heart, because the heart's going to go in here and I want a little space around it. I'm going to put it there. Now the heart's too big, so we're going to make that smaller. And the most important thing is that when you are doing paper cutting and you want it to all stay together, everything has to touch. So if you were to leave the 4 there, you'll see there's white all the way around it. After you cut it, that 4 heart would just fall right out. So it needs to overlap. See how I'm overlapping the black of the 4 onto the tiara. So that's super important. Now the next thing we need to do is just select both of those layers. I just held Shift and clicked on the second one to select both, or I could do it over here. You see they're both grayed, so they're both selected. Now we need to change them from being 2 pieces to 1. And to do that, we just come down here, the bottom right, and click Weld. And you'll see up here it gives us the weld result, and it's 1 basic cut. Easy peasy, done. Now we're going to click Make It, and it's going to show us our mat. So this is simple. We're just doing one thing, so it has 1 mat, and you'll notice that it defaults to a 12 by 12 inch material size. Well, I told you I wanted to use an 8.5 by 11 glitter paper, so I'm going to click on 8.5 by 11, and it's going to set that up appropriately. So it shows my mat, the dark part of the mat is only 8.5 by 11, so this part's now gray because we're not going to use it. And it turned my design, so it's going to fit nicely there to cut, which is fine. If for some reason you click material size and the size that you want isn't available, it means that your design is too big. So you would just click cancel down here, go back, shrink your design a little bit more. But I did it right, so it's going to fit on letter size, so it gave me that option. Now I'm going to put my glitter paper on my Cricut mat, just like that. And then I'm going to click continue and just go through the normal steps for cutting. Choose your material, let it go to your machine. If you cut your first cake topper, you're now going to need to go back and cut the back side if you want to do a 2-sided so that it's glitter on both sides, which is what I'm going to show you how to put together. So you're just going to go back to your project. You're going to send it to this screen where it's preparing your mat. You're going to choose your material size if it's not chosen already. And then you're going to click this mirror button, and it is going to flip this so it is turned backwards. You can also do that over here. So if you want to do it on this screen, just do not change the size. You can click flip horizontal, and then say make it. It does the same thing, so whichever way you prefer. And then you're going to pick again the size, and so you want to keep, if you flip it on the project page, you want to keep it like that. So you basically want to cut one where the words are going forward and you can read them, and one where they are reversed. Set another piece of glitter paper on your mat and cut. Okay, let's put this cake topper together. So here I have 2 cut out. This one is obviously cut from cardstock. Make it so
It's on the way. And it is pink. So you could just do this because cardstock's just the same on both sides. You could just put a skewer or a stick onto this and use it as is, but you would see where you tape or glue the stick on the back, which is fine. Just depends how many of these you want to cut out and how involved you want this to get. But I have decided to show you with the glitter paper how to make it two-sided, because it's beautiful glitter on one side and then white on the back, which we could leave it like that, but I'm going to make it have glitter on both sides. So no matter where you're sitting in relation to the cake, it's going to look fantastic. So I've already obviously taken that one off and weeded it, and I'm going to show you how I did that. For this design, it is pretty intricate, so I like to use the least sticky mat possible. So this one I've used a lot with paper, so it's getting not super sticky. And I also like using this clear mat because you can see what's going on the back, and I'll show you why I like that later. Now, one problem with it being rather sticky is that your paper might peel up as it's cutting, and I actually had it fall through the back. So I taped it down just with masking tape. You could use painter's tape. Just make sure your tape doesn't go over the edges of your mat. So we're just going to take that off. And you also want to make sure you don't put anything all the way to the edge that it would cut through the tape, because when I taped down that pink cardstock, the tape did rip the cardstock a little bit where I picked it up, but it didn't matter because I was weeding that off. But if it were to cut through it too, that would be a problem. All right, so get that off. Now, often with paper, people and I recommend that you turn your mat over and you peel the mat off of the paper, but I do it differently for this, and I'll tell you why. So I want to see what's going on, because as you can see in the example, there's a lot of things that stay and a lot of things that go. And on the glitter especially, you can't really see what's what. So you want to be more careful. So I like to keep it up, and then I just very slowly pull up the paper that's around all of the shapes. Now, I added the number 4, so this would be a topper for a 4-year-old. And then I decided to do 2 hearts because I could fit them on the paper at the same time with the number 4. 1 straight and 1 in reverse, so that we can make a 2-sided cupcake pick with that. I'll show you that later. And if you could just save the number 4 that's looking the correct direction and use it as confetti. So you would get 1 piece of confetti for each set. Now I'm just going to gently move around and bend my mat and pull all these little extra pieces out. And do it gently, don't go too fast, because you don't want to yank it and then inadvertently rip something that is supposed to be there, waste your glitter paper or any paper, and have to start over. So you're just going to gently move around, lifting and pulling out the pieces that you don't want in the design. All right, so now most of the pieces are out. There's still a few teeny pieces inside the R and the Y and here, but those are going to be really easy to pop out after we get this off of our mat. So now that we have the big pieces out, I'm going to turn it over, and this is why I like to use a not very sticky and clear one, because then I can see the design as I'm peeling it up. And so I'm going to use my fingers to hold that paper down and just very slowly and gently lift. And sometimes I'm looking from the bottom, and sometimes I'm watching what's going on through the mat, like you saw that little, so that I make sure I don't rip off anything by mistake. And all those little pieces that I was telling you about actually stayed on the mat, so I'll just have to pull them off. I love glitter paper for a project like this, but then there's glitter everywhere. Guess I'll have to move. I hear that's the only solution to glitter. Okay, so now we have both of these done, the front and the back. Now let's put it together into a cake topper. All right, now we're ready to put them together. So here are the supplies. We have the cake topper front and back that we cut and weeded, the cupcake pick front and back that we weeded, glue dot runner. I just have one by Elmer's, and then I also have the Elmer's tacky glue and a lint roller, which is great for getting all of the glitter off your workspace when you're done. Put that aside. A toothpick for the cupcake, and then a bamboo kitchen skewer for the cake topper. So let's do the easiest one first. We'll do the cupcake pick. So you're just going to turn one of these upside down, and you're going to run some glue dots on the top. Don't put it down here because that's where you're going to be putting in the toothpick with glue. So just a little bit of glue dots, and then you're just going to line these up so that the number 4 is lined up. So see, that's going to be two-sided. If you wanted to, you could put a color in there, like a colored cardstock, if you didn't want it to be see-through. Then you're going to take your tacky glue. You just want something a little bit thicker than your basic Elmer's so it doesn't drip. And just put a little bit, make sure it goes all the way around your toothpick. And then you're just going to lift the flap a little bit and put the toothpick in there. Make sure it doesn't show through the cutout part of the 4, and then just press. And then you're just going to let that dry, and then you can just poke that into a cupcake. And it'll look cute whichever direction. Okay, so we're going to use the same concept, and we're going to do the cake topper. So we're just going to turn it over, and we're going to run the glue dots. And one thing I love about glue dots for this is, versus like some kind of a tape, is you can run it off and it's just going to put the glue dots on your workspace. It's not going to overlap. You're not going to have to worry about trimming anything. So you can just let her rip. And you want to make sure you get glue dots in all of these little spots that might separate from each other when we put them back to back. Now, don't put any glue dots here. I make the letters or whatever is here towards the center a little bit thicker so that we have room to glue our stick so that it's not showing through. But everywhere else, you want to be tacking that down. Okay, so pretty good coverage on that. And now you're just going to take the top and you're going to line it up and kind of have it hover while you line it up. You don't want it to stick in the wrong place. Then put that down. Oh, it looks like I missed a little spot when I was weeding the back. So I'm going to take the toothpick and just punch that out. So no harm, no foul. And I'm going to gently press around the top. Then I'm going to figure out how far down that glue. So I don't want it further down than that. So I'm going to put my finger where I want it. Some glue, not too thick, but make sure it goes all the way around because we want the glue to stick on both sides of the topper. And then I'm just going to gently lift that area, slide that in there, and press. So won't this just really add fun to the party with a really pretty cake topper and or little cupcake picks too?